I feel like I'm a little late with this video, but I figured better late than never. This is something you guys want to see, so let's just go ahead and make it happen. If you're new, I'm Sona, by the way. I am the founder of Persona Cosmetics, and I'm also a beauty and lifestyle creator. And today I'm going to share my absolute favorite beauty products of 2020. Anyway, without further ado, let's get straight to it. I'm going to start with skincare because I've been really into skincare. I'm sure a lot of us have been because of quarantine and our current situation. I feel like a lot of us are home a lot, and so why not take care of our skin? The first product that I'm going to talk about is the cleanser that I've been using to remove my makeup, and this may come as a surprise to a lot of you because I feel like I've been raving about the Purity cleanser for so many years. I mean, I still love that, don't get me wrong. I think it's a great gentle cleanser if you have sensitive skin to remove your makeup, but I was a little like, not bored, but I was just like, it's time to change it up. It's time to discover something new. And so with that said, I have been loving this Drunk Elephant Jelly Cleanser. This removes makeup like there's no tomorrow. This is a clear type of formula and it just really melts the makeup away. So I massage this into my skin for a couple of minutes, really get that makeup off. I do it twice. I do like a double cleanse with this, and then I'll use my other cleansers as a third sort of cleanse. And just so you know, my skin type is acne prone, dry, sensitive, so I can't use a lot of skincare products. Anyway, if you have sensitive skin, this one's a really good one to just remove your makeup. Love it so much. So this is something that I left at home, so I'll just kind of talk about it and insert some videos. But I have been, in general, really loving the brand Augustinus Batter. And for the longest time, I was not pronouncing that correctly, but I think I got it. Augustinus Batter. It's quite an expensive skincare brand, but I would say it's also trending right now. A lot of people are talking about it. I first discovered it, I want to say 1.5 to 2 years ago, and I just fell in love with their rich cream. It's such an amazing cream. But today I want to talk about one of their oils. It's called the face oil, which is something that I found myself using a lot this year, and it is a relatively new launch for them as well. So I started using it as soon as I got it in PR and fell in love with it. Actually used up the bottle and needed a new one. That's how much I loved it. And I feel like I don't finish serums as much because there are so many serums that I'm always on to the next, trying something new. And with my moisturizers, I'm very loyal and I kind of stick to it. But with my serums, I'm not as loyal. And this is one that I found myself gravitating towards because it almost has like a healing ingredient in there or healing properties in there that I found my skin really loving. So I would just put it all over my skin morning and night, and I just felt like it was healing any breakouts. It was also just making my skin so hydrated and just like very rich and luxurious. Again, it is quite an expensive brand, but if you're in the market for a luxury serum, I definitely recommend this. Next, I'm going to talk about my brand new sunscreen that I discovered this year, and I've just been absolutely obsessed with it. Again, if you have acne prone skin, sensitive skin, just do yourself a favor and order this because it's quite affordable. You can get it from Amazon, and it is just the best sunscreen I have ever tried. It has no scent to it, thank the Lord, but this has zinc and a lot of great ingredients that's supposed to be really good for acne prone skin. So it even says it on the bottle, which kind of sold me. Whether or not you have acne prone skin, I'd still give it a try because it's such a beautiful formula. It's very lightweight. It doesn't interfere with your skincare products. It just sits beautifully on top of your skin, and I've been absolutely loving this so much. Okay, moving on to a tool that I discovered this year that I honestly don't think I can live without this. This is so good. So I had seen this going around Instagram and YouTube, and to be honest, I was one of those people that was like, oh my god, this is such a gimmick. I have the jade roller. How much better is this? And I saw like Jessica Alba talk about it. A lot of Nurse Jamie's clients are celebrities, so I did see a lot of them talk about it until I actually met her. I did a little laser treatment with her, and she was like, listen, you are congested here. You just need to like really get in there and massage this area. I also heard that massaging your skin is so important from Melanie Grant, who is just the most incredible esthetician. I was lucky lucky enough to see her a few times last year, and she's just seriously incredible. But anyway, she was the one that initially told me that you're not massaging your skin as much. So anyway, when I met with Jamie for my acne scars, we did like a little very light and gentle laser treatment. She kind of showed me how to use this, and she gifted me one, which was really nice of her. It's a very heavy and different material than the jade roller, but you want to hold your skin and really massage this, and don't be so gentle. I mean, don't be rough either. So I wash it every time I use it. I wash it with cold water and a face cleanser, and then I'll just go in and really massage my skincare products. That way it kind of like absorbs it into my skin. And then I just found that this makes a huge difference in not only naturally contouring my skin, but also the blood flow. I feel like I break out less, and if I do have breakouts that are starting to peak, I feel like this kind of helps prevent it, get rid of them faster. Something about this tool that I'm absolutely obsessed with. Moving on to a mask that I fell in love with this year, and this is the Nourish 3 Clarify and Brighten Face Mask. If you guys know Annie Jaffrey, she's also on YouTube. She developed this, and during the development she was kind of talking about the ingredients and what she wanted to achieve with this, and it made total sense. Like, I love clay masks. I also love clarifying masks, things that have AHAs, BHAs, and so she kind of squeezed all of that in here with vitamin C, sulfur, 6% AHA, 1% BHA. I mean, this is an incredible product, you guys. Like, it's a mask that you are going to see results right away, and it's one of those masks that you shouldn't leave on your skin for more than like 10 minutes. I actually can't even do 10 minutes. I will be bright red. So my magic number is like 3.5 to 4 minutes. But I know Annie's able to use this for like 10-15 minutes. It's gonna depend on your skin type. It's not only a mask, but it's become a spot treatment for me as well. So again, whenever I do break out, I just kind of put it around that area, leave it on for like 4 minutes, and then wash it off, and it just purifies and sucks all the dirt out of your skin. This is like revolutionary stuff here. It's so good. I have another cream that I recently discovered. So this is a relatively new discovery. So Dr. Barbara Stern is a brand that I've been eyeing and wanting and dying to try, to be honest, because again, it's one of those trendy brands that a lot of people have been talking about, editors, celebrities, influencers, and I finally got a chance to try a few of her products, and so far I'm obsessed with her brand. It has like science behind it, so it's not just like another trendy skincare brand. It actually has ingredients that work, and I've been obsessed with her moisturizer. Oh my god, it's lightweight, but it's also so hydrating. This is another one of those products that I don't use under my eyes because I have very sensitive eyes, so I just use it everywhere on my skin and avoid the eye area. Take it down to my neck. I also love her clarifying serum, I think is what it's called. It's just so good. So if you guys want to check out certain brands, I would say definitely Barbara Sturm is one, Augustinus Bader is another one. Just very good science-backed skincare brands that I've been really enjoying. Okay, moving on to body care, and then we'll move on to makeup. And I'm so proud to say some of these brands are influencer brands or started by influencers, like the Nourish 3, Annie Jaffrey, this one by Sivan. I'm like so proud because these are good products. Like, these girls were not joking around, let me tell you. So this one is the Conditioning Body Cream. It's one of the most hydrating formulas I've ever tried. Like, it's so good and it's so addicting. When I put this on, my skin just thanks me. It's that good. I really hope she comes up with a pump version of this because I'm one of those people that just wants my moisturizers to be like easy, pump and go. Not that this is hard, but you do have to like unscrew it, squeeze it, screw it back, you know. So I don't know. I love a pump because the formula is so incredible. It's so buttery. It's got a lot of great ingredients. The formula is great. If you are in the market for a body cream, I would definitely give this one a try. Another body cream that I really enjoyed is this one by Supergoop. No, not Super. I always confuse Goop and Supergoop, which makes me wonder how they did the whole trademark because it's confusing, I'm not gonna lie. Anyway, that's like off topic, but this is by Goop Beauty, and this is the Goop Jeans Nourishing Repair Body Butter, and it is good. Like, it's so good, very hydrating, very just buttery on the skin. So I really enjoy this. I actually finished it completely. This is a very good formula. formula that I would definitely repurchase. Okay, I think we're gonna move on to makeup, but I guess I'll start with a primer. I feel like I talked about this a lot because I did have a 6-month partnership with Bobbi Brown where I was talking about some of my favorite products, and I feel like I kept choosing this because it's so good. This is the Bobbi Brown Vitamin Enriched Face Base. This is not sponsored, by the way. I do not have any obligations to talk about this in this video, but again, I have acne prone skin, so it's very hard for me to find hydrating products that don't necessarily break me out. And for a hydrating primer, this is a really, really good one. It's got lots of vitamins, it's nourishing on the skin, it's just a really good base before you put on your makeup. So I've been really enjoying this, and I feel like I used this a lot in 2020. My skin was extra dry this year or last year. Another hydrating product that I fell in love with is this Tatcha lip mask, which I was sold off of like a Reels I saw on Instagram, and I was like, okay, add to cart right away. So look at how long it lasts. Like, I've been using this for a minute. A little bit goes a long way, and it is probably the most hydrating lip mask, lip balm, lip butter, whatever you want to call it, I've ever tried. They call it a lip mask, but I use this as a lip balm. Instantly just like hydrates the lips, makes them glossy and juicy. It's so good. So I feel like in 2020 I didn't wear a lot of foundation, as most of us. We were mostly home, but if I had to use something to sort of even out my skin tone, I feel like I gravitated mostly towards this product. This is the Ilia Super Serum Skin Tint SPF 40. It's got hyaluronic acid and niacinamide, squalene. It's got great ingredients, and the only issue I had with this is I honestly had to buy so many to find my shade. It was like the hardest thing to buy online. This is one of those products that I probably wouldn't recommend purchasing online. If you can, go to a store and like test it out, because they run very light. So I feel like the shade that works best for me is ST10 Portofero. Oh gosh, I butchered that. So I would definitely say, if you can, try it on the back of your hand at a store, even though it's kind of hard nowadays to do that. Or if you're going to order it online, I would say go like 2 shades darker, maybe even 3 shades darker than what you think. We're going to move on to more makeup because I feel like that was it for the skin. So I feel like the blush that I used the most in 2020 had to have been Terracotta by Persona Cosmetics, just because this was launched this year, but I also started using it in development, and I just feel like this was the blush that I used the most. It was just one that I gravitated towards because it's neutral, and again, I wasn't wearing so much makeup, so I didn't want so much color on my skin, so I wanted it to feel kind of muted. Again, my skin is very textured from having acne throughout the years, and I had to have some ingredients in here that was pore minimizing, so I just use the Persona Power Brush, the blush side, and just smile and pop a little bit on the apples of my cheeks. And just, again, I mean, it does give a little bit of color, but it's muted and more neutral. So I feel like if you're not wearing a ton of makeup, this just helps kind of bring life to your face, and it's just so easy to use. You know, there's no fuss. You just put it, blends beautifully and easily. So this was definitely my jam in 2020, and I feel like it's going to continue in 2021 as well, because this and Georgia are my favorite blushes ever. I feel like I had quite a few favorite mascaras. I don't know, I use this a lot, which is the Marc Jacobs. In fact, I did a video with my top favorite product, so I'll link that below if you want to see a full face of favorites. This was in that video, but I think another one that I really enjoyed is this one by Giorgio Armani. I mean, this is so amazing and also kind of underrated. I feel like not a lot of people talk about this mascara, but it's a really good one. It's a volumizing one, but it also gives you a little bit of length, which I really like, and it also gives you separation. So this one's a really beautiful formula. I really enjoyed using this in 2020. The lip liners I used the most were the Persona ones, which finally launched about a month ago, but I used this all throughout 2020 because it was just like in development and testing, and I just was using these a lot. The two that I used the most from the lip liners were Honey and Rosewood. Honey's a lot lighter, Rosewood's a little bit richer. Right now I have Honey on, but it just really depends on my mood, which I feel like I need to redo my lips. It's a very effortless formula. It just glides right on. You don't need to do too much. Super creamy. Loved these. I really enjoyed the Patrick Ta for brows in 2020. I couldn't get my brows laminated as much as I wanted to in 2020, unfortunately, but I really enjoyed using this in place of my brow lamination. I don't have it on today, but when you put it on, it really makes your brows stand up and stay up. It's a beautiful brow soap formula. Mine's is really gross and dirty. Ooh. I just have the clear one and it's just so good. I love using this. And I use this with Fix Plus because I usually don't have water around me, so I just throw a little Fix Plus on it. With a spoolie, I just brush the hair upwards. I think like probably the best brow soap I've tried on the market. Highly recommend this. The palette that I used the most was the Identity palette, not Identity 2, not Copper or Pink Kit. I went back to my roots, you know? I went back to 4 years ago. I have this on today too. So it's just like, you know, your everyday neutrals, both warm tones, cool tones, you can't really go wrong. So I feel like this is one I used a lot because again, I wasn't experimenting much with makeup. I was home mostly. If I had any meetings through Zoom or whatnot, I would just throw a little bit of this on my crease, maybe a little bit of shimmer and call it a day. So I feel like this was my go-to palette. I really enjoyed this. Another product that I used quite a lot in 2020 were liquid eyeshadows, which I really enjoyed, the Ilia ones. I have quite a few of their colors, but if you're in the market for a liquid eyeshadow, I would definitely try theirs. It's a really beautiful formula. It doesn't crease on the eyes. You just put it on, really blend it with your fingers, and it just stays put. So this is one of those things that if you're on the go, so easy to use. So really enjoyed both the Identity palette and these liquid eyeshadows, and I would kind of alternate between the two. I feel like my go-to concealer in 2020 did not change. It stayed the same for years now. It's been the NARS Radiant Creamy. My shade is Custard. There have been a lot of new formulas, obviously, since the NARS one, and quite a few that I've enjoyed, but not one that I would say I would replace this with. This is good if you have dry under eyes. I feel like it's really creamy, but it's not overly creamy where it's gonna crease. It's just a really good formula. I think a drugstore one that I really enjoyed this year is the Maybelline one. I feel like these two are just seriously incredible. The only hair product that I'm going to mention in this video is the one that I feel like I use the most, which is this L'Oreal Magic Root Cover Up in dark brown. I have grays and I do need to cover them, and unfortunately due to the pandemic I wasn't able to go to the salon as much. Like I definitely made time to go a few times, but I wasn't going as regularly as I used to, of course, and so I feel like this came in handy and I used this a lot in 2020. This works really well and you don't have to overuse it. I feel like some of the luxury brands make root cover-ups that you have to use so much to actually see your roots cover, and then you have so much product. Like the one that I didn't like was the Oribe one. They came out with that, I believe, in 2020. And I love Oribe, by the way. Their products are amazing. But that particular one I just didn't love. I feel like this is by far way better. So if you have grays you need to cover and you haven't discovered this, I would highly recommend trying it. It's so underrated. I feel like not a lot of people talk about it because maybe the idea of talking about having grays is not cool. But like, I'm gonna tell you, this stuff is good. So if you have grays, get this. So I'm gonna end it here because I feel like I've been talking a lot and this is gonna get really long if I continue, but I feel like this kind of sums up all of the products that I continuously used in 2020. I'd love to know what your favorite product was in 2020, so be sure to leave a comment for me below. That is it for this video. I'm gonna leave you with lots of love, lots of positivity. Thank you again so much for watching. I love you and I'll see you in the next one. Mwah. Bye guys.